Hello and welcome to this lecture. Today we are going to discuss the morphology of thrombus formation. When we talk about gross, thrombus may be variable in size, shape, and it depends upon the site of origin, whether it is in the heart, whether it is in the arteries of the heart, whether it is arteries in uh, aorta, whether it is in veins. So it depends upon the size and shape of the site. And when we compare the arterial thrombi with the venous thrombi, and they mention here that the arterial thrombi is usually white in color, and then they are mural, whereas venous thrombi are red in color and they are occlusive. What is the difference between mural and occlusive? Mural means along the thrombus will be along the side of the wall, along the side of the arteries. Whereas when we talk about occlusive, it is blocking of the vein. I can show you the picture. You can see very clearly. This is a picture of thrombus type. When we see that occlusive thrombus, you can see they are blocking the vein. Whereas when we talk about mural thrombus, it is along the side of the wall of the artery. And when we talk about embolus, it means that this is a thrombus, and then a small section has been removed from mural thrombus or thrombus along the wall, and then that embolus will travel. And if it goes to your lungs, it can cause pulmonary embolism. So there are three type of thrombus formation. One is occlusive, second is embolus, and third is mural. So when we talk about morphology, gross, so arterial will be white and mural, whereas venous will be red and occlusive. Then it was also found a laminated thrombi, and that consists of alternative white and layers red layers called line of Zahan. And these alternative white and red layers depicting the presence of the blood cells, red blood cells, and then uh, we have the presence of platelets formation. So the red color is showing you the presence of the red blood cells, whereas the white layer is showing you the presence of platelets. That's why the white and red layers will be appeared, and they are known as line of Zahan. This is a picture that have taken from one website, and you can see this dark structure. The dark structure is showing you the presence of the red lines, and you can see the white structures, white lines. So you can see they are striated with the dark lines and the white lines, and they are showing you the layers of platelets and fibrin with the white line, whereas the red line showing you the presence of red blood cells. This is another picture of arterial thrombosis and venous thrombosis, the difference. And you can see this white color are showing you the presence of arterial thrombosis, and they are mural. Whereas when we talk about venous thrombosis, and they are more occlusive, they can block uh, the vein, whereas this one is more along the wall of endothelial cells. Then they are red thrombi are soft, red and gelatinous, whereas white thrombi are firm and pale. What is the difference? Red thrombi is soft and red because the red blood cells will be there, and because of the presence of red blood cells, they are gelatinous, mean they are shiny. Whereas when we talk about white thrombi, they are firm and pale because presence of the platelets. So that's why we compare the red thrombi with the white thrombi. Microscopically, when we compare the composition of thrombus is determined by the rate of flow of blood, and we know that the rate of flow of blood is important because if the flow is fast, they will be different. If the blood flow is slow, then they will be different characteristics. And they mentioned that whether it is formed in the rapid arterial and cardiac circulation or slow moving flow in the veins. So if it moving slow in the veins, they will be microscopically different. If they are moving rapidly in the arteries, they will be different. Then we mentioned that the line of Zahan are formed by alternative layers of light staining aggregating platelets and admixed with white with admixed with fibrin meshwork and dark staining layer of red cells. So I already discussed that the line of Zahan is a composition of red cells and platelets with fibrin. That's why the white layer showing you the presence of platelets, whereas the red is showing you the presence of the red cells. Then they mentioned that red venous thrombi have more abundant red cells, leukocytes, and platelets and trap in a fibrin meshwork. So when we talk about venous thrombus, they contain more red cells, they contain leukocytes and platelets because they are slow moving. And because they are slow moving, there will be more red cells, leukocytes, and platelets as compared with the arterial thrombi, because they mentioned the arterial thrombi is more resemble with the blood clot. Here are this picture. They are showing you the presence of the. This is a thrombus formation. These dark lines is showing you the line of Zahan. Dark. Then they mentioned this is the lumen, the residual lumen. What is meant by residual? Leftover lumen, the open space. This is the thrombus formation. This is the arterial wall they are showing to express. This is another picture. This all showing you the presence of the thrombus formation, and they are explaining this is a thrombus of an artery. We have another picture. This is a thrombus in the left and right ventricular apiece, and this white structure. Let me change the color. Okay, this white is showing you the presence of the thrombus formation, which is overlying, which consists of the white fibrous scar on the right and the left ventricle. So this white fibrous scar is showing you the presence of thrombus in both ventricles. Then this is another picture of laminated thrombus in dilated abdominal aortic aneurysm. And the main thing is that what is abdominal aortic aneurysm? This can be explained in terms of this picture. The normal aorta is just like this, but because of the atherosclerosis, deposition of cholesterol, fat, and the arteries become hard. And hardening of arteries, and then because of deposition of cholesterol, and they will be, technically it is known as abdominal aneurysm because it occur in the abdominal region. Here you can see, and uh, here you can see this is a picture of laminated thrombus. And why they are laminated? Because the presence of red blood cells are abundant, and their color is, the shiny appearance is showing you the lamination in form. And they mentioned that numerous friable mural thrombi are superimposed on advanced atherosclerotic lesions of more proximal aorta of the left side of the photograph. So you can see that this left side, you can see this, they are showing you the more laminated structure because of the presence of the red blood cells, and that's why they are shiny in nature, and they are mural in nature because they are along the wall of the aorta. So that's another example of laminated thrombus in dilated abdominal aortic aneurysm. So thank you so much for today's lecture. Hope to see you again.